You know, a critical part of the window replacement process is the installation. If you have poor window installation, you can have poor product performance. And with that, you may get water infiltration, mold, mildew, dry rot, and that sort of thing. So you need to know what a good installation is, what it looks like, so that regardless of who you hire for your window replacement project, you'll be getting a quality product in the end. The installers that we have are all AAMA registered installers. In other words, it's the American Architectural Manufacturers Association. They're kind of the experts in knowing proper installation techniques. And so regardless of who you have installing your windows for you, you want to make sure that these people are AAMA registered installers. Also, there's a new law out concerning handling of lead paint. So the EPA is certifying people for handling lead-based paint. And again, all of our installers are certified for that as well. There's three common installations. The nail fin installation, which is used for double wall construction. We're going to be looking at the block installation, which is used primarily for cement, rock, areas where you cannot use a nail fin. And then also we're going to look at that sash pocket installation, where we're replacing the sashes in some old windows, some of the older style wood windows. So what I'm suggesting here is that you shouldn't assume that any company that's going to be doing window installations is going to be doing them the same or installing them the same. You can save a lot of problems and ensure a great installation just by knowing what I'm going to show you today. This is an aluminum window, and it's about 27 years old. And as you can see, the glass in this has all fogged up, and it's a very inefficient window. The windows that we're going to be putting in are probably 3 times more efficient than this existing window. And the window that we're going to be putting in will also be a little thicker in terms of the dimension here. So this window is about 2 inches. The window we're going to be putting in is about 2 3/4 inches. So that means we're going to have to fit it to this inside casing as well. We're going to start by cutting out the window to get it out, and then we'll show you here the process that we're going to use in doing that as well. Well, as you can see, we've removed a section of the siding so that we can expose this nail fin on the old window. From here, we can take that window out and prepare the opening for the new window. You can see that the siding here is sitting on top of what we call the sheathing. The sheathing is what gives the wall its shear strength. And in between the sheathing and the siding, you have felt, which is this black material. It's a drainage wall system. We want to preserve that drainage wall system by sealing our window against this sheathing here. And then we're going to put some flashing over the top of that, some flexible flashing. We'll show you what that looks like. And we're going to seal against this siding as well. We're going to use the existing casing. The homeowner wants to save that. In some cases, we can replace that casing. We've got about 3/4 of an inch, and we need 1 1/4 inches for our new window. So we're going to cut this back probably 3/8 to 1/2 inch. And one option would be to take the casing completely out, but there's a lot of wear and tear on a casing when you do that. We're able to cut the casing in place. It takes a little bit of skill to do that, but we're able to do that, make it a nice clean cut, get it to fit very nicely. Well, now that we've cut back this casing and we've put this self-adhesive flexible flashing, this is a waterproof flashing that we put down so that any moisture can be drained out from underneath that window. Now that we've cut it back, we can fit that window in. Once we fit this window in, then we can put some additional self-adhesive flashing over the top of that nail fin. We want to make sure that all of our windows are level and plumb and square in order to meet the manufacturer's requirements. If they're not level, plumb, and square, it can interfere with the warranty on the windows. So we take extra precautions to make sure that all of your windows will meet the requirements for the warranty. There's a bedding seal that we put in underneath this fin, and then we've used a ceramic coated screw so that it won't rust in mounting this window in. Now we're ready to make a second cut so that we can fit our trim pieces in. So you can see now that we've added in this waterproof flexible flashing over the top of the nail fin, and the flashing on the bottom goes up underneath the bottom fin so that we sequence it for moisture control. So any moisture that gets in there can now come out. We've added Z-metal flashing. That also allows for moisture to move through. And then we've also added along the edge here caulk, and that seals that seam so that we have no moisture coming into the window from the side. Now this particular homeowner has selected a 2-inch brick mold type trim. We've just kind of set this up here so you can see what it looks like. Obviously this will be caulked here and here to seal that up, so that essentially we end up with a triple seal on this window, which makes it virtually bulletproof. Now here we've got a little different situation because we have a rock surface that we're installing a window into. So we can't cut this back to do a nail fin. Now here where we've got an impermeable barrier, meaning the moisture doesn't get behind here, we can cut this fin off, insert the window in, and then seal it here against the rock. Now you don't want to do that if you've got regular type of siding where you've got double wall siding, because you can get moisture into that wall and then you'll have dry rot problems and mold as well. So here this is a little bit different, but it works out well. We can then caulk and seal this edge here, and it'll come out looking beautiful. The owners of this property want to keep much of the original look as possible. And so what we want to do is try and not disturb very much of the wood in the process of replacing this window. And so we're going to do what's called a sash pocket insert. We're going to end up taking these sashes out. Now the movable parts of the window is referred to as the sash. This is an exterior stop here, or fascia. We got a slope sill here. We're only going to remove the sashes and do what's referred to as a sash replacement. Now this is the interior of the same window we were looking at from outside. This window has a stop on the interior here, often referred to as an OG. This one's about a 1/2 by 1/2 stop. The OG actually has a rounded nose on it for most windows. Also, it doesn't have a stop on the top on the interior, so we're going to have to add that. And we're also going to have to do something on the bottom here, because this window just comes straight down to a slope sill. There's no lip here at all. So you can see this window is very inefficient and is leaking air like crazy. This will also has this type of a balancer system. The balancer system is what keeps the window from falling down when you lift it up. This is a tension bar, and that's a little bit different than what you'll see a lot of times as well. Most windows have a rope going around a pulley system with a weight on the interior, and so typically that's the one we're dealing with. But here today we're dealing with this tension bar setup. So we're going to take these sashes out, and then I'll show you what the sash pocket looks like once we get that taken care of. Well, now we've taken out the sashes. You can see that we've cleaned out this framework here, so we have a clean sash pocket. And then we still have our stop on the exterior, which is this fascia piece. And we're then now going to put the insert into this sash pocket. We have the window finished on the interior here, so we've added stops and we've caulked it off, and so now we have a finished product on the inside. This particular window is nice because it tilts out like this for easy cleaning. As you can see, the sashes were replaced, so this insert replaced the sashes, but we were able to maintain all the rest of the window framing and trim, as well as the slope sill. So we ended up with a window very similar to the window we had in there previously, only now we've got a highly superior window in terms of efficiency. How have things been going so far?
Well, we love the windows. They're beautiful, and the guys are great. They're working on the house, and we're real happy with the job.
Well, great.
Yeah, everything from start to finish. Even the salesperson,
He was
when he
great.
talked to us, he was real nice, no high pressure. And even when you come out and give us the final measurements and everything has been real nice, especially the workers. Real polite, real efficient, keep everything nice and clean.
Yep.
Well, great.
The windows are great.
Yeah.
We look out now and we just can't believe
We're just boggle. Our mind is
it's clearer and nicer.
It's nice.
Very nice.